Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Juan, and this is Goku Guidance. All right, now let's jump straight into today's video. Today's video is about they will copy you. The narcissistic people will copy you. They won't copy your every move. They might end up copying your every move because the reason why they copy you is because they have eyes and they can see you, and they can see that whatever it is that you're doing, it works. So they'll fucking copy you. They'll emulate you. They'll sit there and watch you. They'll stare at you, and they will copy you. So there's this fucking guy, right? There's this one guy. He's particularly narcissistic prick. Grade A prick. Anyways, I've never met him before. I'm usually a very friendly person. I usually go up to everybody that I meet, and I pull my hand out. I usually pull my hand out. Like, hey, how you doing? My name is Juan. Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you. Yada yada yada. So and so on. So the first time I try that, the guy just says I'm sick, and he's got like a tissue. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, I'm not scared of germs, and I'm like, yeah, it's okay, bro. Like, how you doing? Like, he wouldn't grab my hand. He wouldn't grab my hand. I tried it maybe a couple days after, and the same thing. He just blatantly, like literally, I'm standing in front of him. I'm standing in front of this guy, mind you not, and literally just like ignores me, like just looks away while I'm sitting here with my hand extended out to him. He's like, hey, how you doing? Nothing. And you know what's crazy about that? Like when people are like super narcissistic, like this one person. They will ignore you. They won't acknowledge you. They won't acknowledge you because you hurt them, because all of their insecurities reflects off of you. You know, whatever insecurities that this person may have. But the crazy part about me extending my hand, you know, trying to give him a handshake, is that I do that to everybody. And I never saw this guy ever done that to anybody the whole time I've been there. So, you know, everybody that I meet, whether I know them, whether I don't know them, I usually extend my hand. And you know, like maybe like 60% of the people are kind of courteous and they'll reach out, and then the other 40%, they'll be like, ew, I don't know you, like. And they find it strange. They find it strange that it may be strange. I don't know if it's a strange thing to go up to a random stranger, and you know, like, doesn't matter if you're in the corner store and you know, you just have something to say. You know, hey man, you know, nice hat. Oh, thank you. Hey, by the way, my name is Juan. How you doing? And why do you do it? Well, you just do it to be kind and courteous. I mean, you like, I live here. This is my neighborhood. This is where I live. So, you know, like, I don't want people to know me like that or anything like that. But like, you give out an image that like usually people treat you the way you behave. So if you behave like an animal, they usually treat you like one. So, you know, I usually go around giving people, you know, I extend my hand out, and like I said, like 60% of the people, they're usually kind of courteous. I'm like, oh, hey, my name is so and so. Nice to meet you. Oh, okay, well, I live down the street. It's like, oh yeah, well, I live right up the street. Okay, cool, nice. And then when you see them again, like, you know, you're like, oh, hey, it's the guy. Hey, how you doing? You know, so it makes your community stronger. But so I personally do that because I try to conduct myself in a certain way so that people can see that that me personally, that I hold myself to a certain standard. I hold myself to a certain standard. Like, does that make sense? Okay, so So I go around doing that, and it's the same thing with the workouts. Like I do a lot of like overhead skull crushers and stuff like that. And then the crazy part about that is that I started seeing this guy literally doing the exact same thing, going up to people and trying it, and it does work. Because you're looking at him like, oh shit, I never done that. I've never tried that. Let me try that. Like, oh, it works. And then they'll see that they'll personally they'll see that that I have big triceps, because that, like, I tell people what I do anyways, and they'll copy you. They'll copy you. They'll copy your moves. They'll copy how you stand. They'll copy how you walk. They'll copy how you talk. They'll copy everything about you. It's fucking crazy. But this is the thing. The thing about these copycats. Think about as an Oreo. Have you ever had an Oreo? I sure have. I've had many Oreos in my life. They're original. And this cookie it is the most cookie that has been trying to be duplicated and or replicated. But they just can't quite get it right. There's something off. You go to any old store and, like, let's say you get like Walmart brand Oreos, right? They're just called the whatever the Walmart brand is. And let's say you did a taste test with somebody, right? You give them an Oreo and they were like, oh yeah, it tastes like an Oreo, looks like an Oreo, smells like an Oreo, and then yeah, it's an Oreo. And then you give him this off-brand Oreo cookie, right? You give him this off-brand Oreo cookie, and they're like, well, it kind of tastes like one, but it's not. And that's how these fucking narcissistic people are. They'll copy you. They will try to fly under the radar. These people are like chameleons. They're like chameleons. They'll change their color to whatever color you're at. And once these people gain these people's trust, whatever their nefarious motives may be, their true colors come out. And guess what? You can't hide that. You can't hide that shit. You cannot hide your true colors. People eventually, hey man, you're a dick. Yes, you are. You can't hide that. People eventually catch up to these people. And but there are reasons why they do these things. Because they want something off of somebody else. Whether it is money or whether they want their attention. Attention, it's a form of currency as well nowadays. And everybody is looking for that attention. So, and a lot of people, they'll try to befriend everybody so that everybody has eyes on them. So, whether their motivations are sexual. The reasons why they'll go up to a girl and they'll shake their hand and they act like you, they do the same things that you do, is because they want something out of somebody. And 9 times out of 10 is because of sexual motivated purposes. These people are they're sick in the head, dude. They are sick in the head. And they'll copy you because they know that whatever it is that you're doing, they know it works. They won't ask you. They'll just watch you, look at you, and they'll be like, that works. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that on the next guy. Boom, 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 boom. They gain their trust. And then it's usually because they want something out of them. Whether it's money, whether it's attention, or whether their purposes are sex driven. And they usually end up getting caught, which is sad. Because I've seen it with my own eyes. So this happened not too long ago. I accidentally dropped a plate. Like, I was loading a bar and the plate fell. Right? And this girl happened to be on this leg press machine. and it fell next to her. It didn't hurt her, or it didn't hurt anybody, but like, um, like I did this number, like, oh, and like, yeah, like if you were to see the expression on my face, it would have been like, oh yeah, you messed up. And the guy yells at me and it's like, hey man, be more careful. And I'm like, hey man, I'm sorry, dude, it was an accident. And the girl that he was training, he was training her because he wanted to sleep with her, which is it's kind of funny, but just listen to this. Listen to the story. So the guy gets all combative. He threatens me. He tells me, let's go outside. I'll beat your ass, blah, 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 blah. And I just kind of stood there in front of him. I was like, all right. I didn't tell him anything. I didn't tell him, let's go. But I'm just like, hey, man, look, man, it was an accident. I didn't mean to hurt anybody. And he's like, yeah, 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 yeah. Whatever, right? So time goes by. Maybe a couple of weeks goes by. And that same girl, she needed help with the machine. So she's like, hey man, can you help me? And at first I hesitated, and I was like, okay, I'll help you. And I brought it up to her attention. I'm like, hey man, I thought you were still mad from from the last time that they played. And she's like, oh no, you know what? It was an accident. You know what happens? Like I saw the whole thing and I understand. And I'm like, well, I'm glad that you saw things my way. By the way, my name is Juan. Yada yada yada. So. This girl's like maybe 18 years old, very pretty girl. I just, it's like I said, I'm not trying to do anything with anybody. But I introduced myself and I talked to her for maybe about 5 minutes. And that was that. That was that. Another couple more weeks went by. By the way, this guy would follow her around in the gym, like making sure that nobody got close to her. Nobody. For like a minute there, like I actually thought that that was his girlfriend. That's why I want nothing to do with this girl. I want nothing to do with this girl. Like get away from me, because that usually causes problems. No, it was nothing like that. And then I noticed that like maybe a few more weeks went by, and then I noticed that she wouldn't go near the guy. Like as soon as the guy would try to go near, like she would go to another machine and like pretend she didn't see him and work out. And I'm like, what happened? Well, the guy must have tried to shoot his move. His true colors and his true intentions came out. And then the girl's like, no, dude, like, no, like you got it fucked up. Like you're the, and the thing is that he's a trainer there. He's a fucking trainer there. He's the trainer there. It's like you're the trainer. Like I'm here because you're supposed to train me, but your intentions were nefarious, and you just wanted to, like, the reason why you train me and why you're courteous and why you're kind and why you're doing all these things is because you wanted to sleep with me. And like she didn't have to explain that, but you automatically know. Especially when you're like, hey, hi, how you doing? Oh yeah, I'm doing good, and you shake their hands. And the funny part about that is that every time I talk to her like a normal human being, how you doing and all that stuff. But she's like in front of me, like playing with her hair, like, and 9 times out of 10, with the experience that I've had on semen retention, that usually entails that this girl likes you. And I'm not trying anything on this girl, because quite frankly, she's a very pretty girl, but I just quite frankly just don't care. But the whole reason for the story is because, like, I just wanted to illustrate how, like, these people will copy you. They'll be kind and courteous, but they can't replicate you. They can't, because they're like just like an Oreo. They're missing that secret, super secret ingredient that makes an Oreo an Oreo. What is that super ingredient? It's the semen retention. Period. You can buy all of the supplements in the whole world and take in all the whatever. If you don't do semen retention, you're a creep. You're a creep, and women don't like that. And eventually, your true motives will come out, and eventually, people will call you out for what you are. But anyways, guys, you guys are like Oreo cookies, and you guys will always be duplicated and always be replicated, but they will never have the authenticity that you guys have. So I just wanted to touch up on that. They will copy you, and they will copy you. Okay. Anyways, guys, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, please hit that notification bell. My name is Juan, and once again, this is Goku Guidance. I'll see you next time.